Hey guys, here we go. Hello, weary users, and welcome to the first webinar. I hope you all well, and hope you all doing good. I'm going to view all your questions right now, and I'm going to answer everything that you send me. And we're going to do this live on this session via Skype and using a Join Me program in order to show you my screen capturing. Okay. So let's start with your images. Okay, the images that you sent me. I opened those three images and let's see how it went. Okay. Um, well, the image is nice here. I see that someone using my floor and my books. Well, the first thing that I notice here is this corner. It's too lightened, and what you basically want to do is to darken this area a little bit. So what you want to do is to duplicate this image, and you want to go with a burn tool. You want to darken this. Okay, this is not the best way to do it. I think you need to lower here your spots. Whoops. You can fix here exposure as well, because I see the contrast is not the best way it is. The ceiling is overexposed and you don't have a background here, man. So if you do all this, it will basically improve your image, your visualization. The second thing is you need to have here a light motivation. This is something that you don't have. Your light is coming from here, and this is the main supposed to be the main motivational core in your image. So this area, those spots supposed to be darker, and probably here as well, so it won't get your image too lightened. Okay. um, the next thing is you forgot to do some sharpen. If you do sharpen, you see, bang, your image gets way better expressions here. Everything looks nice. So this is before. You see all his blur here, and this is after. Okay, you can see the surface and everything really clear. So this is the way to go. This refers to all your images here as well. You know, you need to do here sharpen. Um, you need to do some background, with some background, something like that, because this is what basically gets you out of the photorealistic stuff. As soon as you see white openings, white big openings, and you see a nice rendering, nice lighting, but nothing in behind, in the background, you know, you don't get this photorealistic feeling. So this is basically goes for 3 of your images. They are nice. Keep working, keep sending me your updates, and let's go to see next image. Okay, Q&A. Okay, Michelle Foster. Okay, this is looks nice. This looks nice. I can already tell that those balls here a little bit overexposed, as well as the table. So what you can do is, of course, go duplicate your image, and you go here, you fix the curves. You got the curves. Oh, you see, bam! It's like I did only one action, and you know, immediately the image changed its appearance. Okay, so something like that could be really nice. Okay. Okay, so we fixed a little bit curves, so we get our image contrast. This is one of the things that you want to do after you get your render well done. As we see here, we got too darkened ceiling. So in order to fix that, we can use this dodge tool on the midtones, exposure about like 20 or something like that, and we can just fix the ceiling. And Control Shift F, I'll bring the fade panel, and I can just control it. And now something like this would be nice. Okay, I would like to duplicate this image one more time, and I would like to fix this light balls, for example. We can do this with this burn tool. Also on the midtones, and just to fit this size. Okay, and here we go. So a little bit more. The last one was too much. Control Shift F, fade effect. Okay, and this light bulb as well. Okay, so we can see we can see even something through. You know, just lost this detail, I lost this lamp. Now it came back. All right. We can fix on this image. We can fix an exposure. It's also one of the important tools here. Okay, and exposure, as you see here, we're bringing a little bit more of a gamma. We're bringing a little bit more of a contrast. Okay, so Control Shift F again brings our fade panel, and something like that. As you see here, we have created very dark shadows. So how can we fix that? Again, duplicating layer, going into image adjustments, shadow highlights, and we bring a little bit shadows amount up. Our image went very lightened, but this is not something that we should be concerned, because we're gonna remove this lighting. You should only pay attention here in your at your shadows area. So since you get your shadows correctly, don't worry about the lightness. Now we're going to fix the lightness. Double click on this layer style. I'm gonna press Alt, and I'm going to divide this cursor into two. And as you see here, as I'm moving in, the light area is disappearing, and brings me only the shadows. It lightened me only the shadows. So this, you see, I'm just gonna hide and unhide. As you see here, only the shadows were corrected. You can also lower a little bit the opacity, something like that. Okay, and it's way to go, right? Flatten the image. Okay, well, something that I noticed here is that we can see the background, and we can see the sun coming from this direction and entering to the room in the opposite way. I'll just draw this like this. This is the sun direction. Well, maybe something like this, something like that, right? And we can see this also on the trees, right? So this is the lightened area, this is the darkened area here, and somehow the sun is coming from the opposite way. So either you can flip your image, you can flip your background, or just fix your sun to come and fit your background lighting, background sun shadows. Okay. One more thing that a little bit not in proportions here is the color balance. Okay, so on the midtones, I'm gonna add a little bit yellow and a little bit red, something like that. And on the high tones, we're gonna add a little bit blue and a little bit of, let's say, something like that. So you see here, this part got really nice white and something like that, bluish. Okay, this is looks way better. I'm going to press preview. This is how it was before. You can see all the image got like yellowish color balance, but after doing color correction, you see that this wall is supposed to have here illumination from the sky, and it's supposed to be blue. you know, and all ambience in this room supposed to be yellowish because of the floor, because of the second bouncing. The light coming to this room, bounce, and pick up the yellow color and color it. But the area here in the entrance is supposed to have sky illumination, so it's supposed to have a little bit bluish color balance. Okay, so let's see how it was. It was like this, you know, not that balanced lighting, a little bit overexposed here stuff and chairs and everything, and we get it like that here. You can also reduce this yellow saturation here if you like, because maybe it's like too much, so you get really nice color of the furniture and everything, like very calm um, wood texture, not too much. You see here it's like very straight yellowish, but with yellow saturation. See, we're only using here a yellow color. We left all our other colors in the saturation, and we only reduce the saturation of yellow color. Okay, so this is the way to go. This is a really nice rendering. What you can do as well here, we can see those parts when really the whites here really went overexposed. So here again with color bar, we can try at least to recap this here. No, it's not that. Now the ball. If you would, Michelle, if you would render this with 32-bit channel, you will have more deeper color depth here. So you could bring this colors. Because of this being a JPEG, it's a little bit hard. There's no like color depths in the pixel, so it's a little bit hard to bring it back. Okay, but anyways, this is the way to go, I suppose. Okay, something like that. All right, this looks good enough. Shadows not too darkened, enough contrast. Maybe we just fix a little bit brightness contrast here, something like that. I don't know. Okay, it's look a little bit more contrasted. And the final thing, you know, we're gonna do sharpen. Sharpen. Here you go. The image got sharpened. It's a big image. We need to be in 100% in order to see this sharpen effect. So you see here, this is a little bit blurry. I'm adding a sharpen, and you can see all the details in really nice focus. Okay. I sent you this image yesterday. I fixed it yesterday, so I just showing this on the live webinar how I did it, and this is the way to do it. Okay. So let's go and see the next image. We have here Muhammad. Send us 3 interiors. Okay. Whoops. What's going on? Here's another interior, and here's another one. Okay, we can see this is really nice textures and sofas and everything. Light is quite good balanced here in this scene. The textures are really nice. This is probably from my friend Stanislav Orech, of course. I can I can recognize those textures here. The course is really nice, so you did a good job. But with you got a little bit overexposures here, so I think we got here two same images. Oh, it's a different. Okay, so let's do this image. I'm going to duplicate this, and let's see. Let's see what we can do. Let's go and check out our curves, if it's going to do something better. Okay, we can see that we can bring a little bit, we can recap a little bit of a overexposed areas, something like that. And we can also check the contrast here. Can bring a little bit more contrast. Try to recap with the color balance, something like that. Okay. Um, you should use some background here as well, because you see it's like white, and well, at least supposed to be something behind this those windows. And so you could maybe you could block a little bit, because this area, as you see here, is way overexposed. Okay, and we can see here as well. Well, you did a nice job on the blurring stuff, right? And I can see this this effect here, this film effect, also maybe a little bit too much of expression. We can also see nice chromatic aberration here. You can see it a little bit going on here on the metal, because metal like very high exposed to the sun. But we should see it probably somewhere here on the content, on the curtains or something like that, because this is where the chromatic aberration comes, shows us his channel shifting, and when it comes with the high conjunction with the lights. Okay. So basically, it's a nice image. It's a nice illumination. Let's see if we can just correct a little bit of the color balance here. Well, the color balance is fine. We don't need to do it. Okay, color balance is fine. The only thing here is you need to correct this exposure. It's you probably need to work with passes and everything a little bit more in order to correct this. Okay, but overall, nice image. Well done, Mohammed. Very nice. Okay, we got another two images from Mohammed here. Um, Basically, like I like. I don't like what I don't know what I like more. This or this. This is like yellowish. This got a little more darkened colors. We can see that those are darkened here. Those are a little bit lightened. Well, this image here got more natural panels, more natural wood, and this one here, well, it's a little bit brightened, but I like the brightness of this image. I like the atmosphere, and yeah, it looks like Stanislav pictures, right? It was a Stanislav course, yeah, Stanislav Orekhov course. This is what you get with this course. I'm also instructing in Stanislav course. We're like, we're friends and we're doing stuff together. We developed this course together. So this is nice materials. You can see, like, in a few minutes you can create a really nice rendering. So there is nothing much to tell. I mean, this is kind of darkened. Okay, the materials here look a little bit more natural, but the feeling of this image works for me better. So if you just could, maybe darkened, maybe a little bit less saturated or something like that. This one here, just bringing down the saturation. So um, the wood will look more natural, and less yellowish. Okay, but these are nice renderings, man. Congratulations, man. Just for the next time, put something in your background. Uh, some silhouette of the tree, or something that shows that there is something. Not just white nowhere. Like white holes or something like that. Just put something, like blue skies or something like that. Could work, could do the trick. Okay, let's work. Let's go to the next image. Oh, here's another image from the Muhammad. And well, this looks nice. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the image that I already corrected. Okay, this is the image that I already corrected. Where's the? Oh no, this is not the image. This is the original image. All right, here I am. Okay, so we got some very high exposed skies here, and the building as well. So the car here is like, I don't know, it's taking too much of attention, you know. It's a composition thing here, and the road is also a little bit of too much of expression. I can see that you did this blurry stuff here. Well, for exteriors, this blurry stuff work less. I don't know. I don't see much need to blur these corners here, without adding any vignette, you know, without any darkening any areas here. If you don't darken areas, this blur effect just pop ups, you know, and you just pay attention on this and you start looking at it and saying, well, what is this? Why is this here? You know. So basically, if you want to blur your corners, you gotta add darkened areas. You gotta add vignette. This is the camera distortion, and this is basically how it works. Okay, so let's go and try to fix the exposure here. I'm going to do this with curves, and let's try to do it something like this. You know, I'm trying to bring not too much. It's a little bit hard because of JPEG. You know, with TIFF you had, as I said before, you had way more pixel depth, so you can bring all those overexposed areas like this one. It's like looks like really very white. They just, you see, it's almost white. It's almost white. Oh, so not supposed to be that white. Okay. So we have balanced a little bit this, and excuse me. Let's just duplicate this. Okay, and oh, sorry. Give me a second, please. Next time I need to bring some glass with water. I'm sorry, guys. I hope it was not too loud. All right. Well, we can see that the sky here is a little bit, you know, it's a purple haze or something like that, right? So we wanna go to hue saturation, pick up a blue, and we can fix that just by see here, just pulling up a little bit to the left. So we're going to remove this magenta, this purple from it. Okay. Let's check a exposure. If the exposure is right, can bring a little bit down the exposure. The gamma is okay, I suppose, something like that. Okay, we can also check the brightness contrast. Brightness contrast. Can bring a little bit more contrast, and something like that. I'll try to recap this part here. If I'm going just to duplicate this image, and I'm going to lower the exposure, something like that. Okay, just don't pay attention to the building, because we're going to recap only this overexposed sky. So this is what we're trying to do. Okay, and I'm going to double click on this layer. I'm going to press Alt, and I'm going to, as you see here, I'm removing all the black areas, and I'm staying here with overexposed sky. Okay, So let's see what we got. See here, we could bring this a little bit back, right? Okay, this looks better. This looks better. Just merge the layers. Let's see how it was. It was like way exposed. We can see this car here. Check this out. You know, it's like we barely can see what's going on here and also here. But now it's like came back. Maybe it's a little bit too much, so we can just reduce a little bit of opacity and you know, can duplicate this and merge this. Okay, so it won't be too dark. Okay. Well, what's missing here is I don't know, something that will happen here. I don't know. You can put a little bit, you know, like life. We can see cars though and everything, but maybe people or something like that. You know, maybe some silhouette or something that will give me a clue that there is living beings in this social Saudi Council of Engineers building. Um, Okay, the next thing is the frame. The frame is a little bit, you know, we want to concentrate on this building. So something like, I don't know, something like that, you know, could work better for this purpose. Maybe just too much of a road, something like that. You know. It looks nice. What do you say? Looks better than before. Okay. Okay, so this car, well, I suppose it could stay here, you know. Now it's not taking too much of a space and not dragging too much of attention, and we can concentrate on our building here. You can see the sky is not exposed. We fix the sky. We can fix a little bit more of the sky, maybe to bring a little bit more blue to this area here. But it's a nice visualization. Way to go, man. I can see here chromatic aberration on this panel here, on this metal panel here. We can see it really strongly. This is I noticed that. Well, you don't want to have that here. If you add chromatic aberration, just duplicate your layer, add a mask, just click a mask, add a mask, and then with the mask just remove it from here, you know, just paint it with black and remove this, because you know chromatic aberration can be on like on trees here or something like that when the light comes in high conjunction with the object. But here on the metal inside the building is I don't think it's not gonna work. All right, so good, very good. We're moving on. Ryan sent us an image of a restaurant. Well, everything works pretty fine here. It's a nice image, nice frame, everything looks good. The only thing here is we can see this area is very darkened. So same here, we just want to duplicate it and we want to go shadow highlights. I want to bring it, see this comes a little bit, and here the stuff comes out. Don't worry about the illumination. We're going to double click the image and we're going to reduce this illumination by pressing Alt, dragging this, you know, something like that. Okay, and well, I can fix that with mask because you can just add a mask and pen this stuff back. Okay, something like that. Alright, and here I want to bring this back. Okay, this is guys what you should pay attention. If you got too dark areas, this is a very nice trick that I learned while working with Photoshop and testing it. This is how you basically can fix it. Okay, Well, you can merge the image down, you can duplicate it, you can fix maybe a little bit the exposure here, maybe something like that could work all fine. And as you see here, the yellow saturation here is really strong, so you can reduce the saturation as I showed you here before. We go to adjustments, hue saturation. On the yellow, we can reduce the saturation here. Okay, well, maybe only the floor. So if you had ID channel map, you can select this floor here with ID selection, and you could just paint this floor. You can reduce the yellow. You can reduce the yellow saturation from this floor, something like that. You know? Okay. For example, we have here like a D channel map. Okay. So I'm going to paint those back. See, I'm bringing this back, this yellow back color, and I'm leaving only the floor less saturated, because the floor texture, you see here, on. So you see, I've reduced the saturation of the floor, and it looks way nicer. Okay. Okay, good. This was Ryan. Nice image. What do we got more? We got Joe's. Okay. This was actually interesting stuff here, because Joe sent me an image, and he got all his building white color, and but actually the palette here on this building whoops, was green. Was had a Oh, Mario's back. Mario can hear us, but cannot see. Hey, Mario, use this link and join us, dude. All right, great. Okay, back to Joe's here. He he rendered this building, and basically the building, the RGB here channel, as you see here, it got greenish, yellowish greenish texture, but somehow in the passes this global illumination pass here went white. So this is texture for sure. There's like one channel that mixed it up, and probably I presume that he used like a procedurical texture to do that, and he used tiles procedurical material of 3D Max, and this is what he found. Like his RGB was in multiply mode, so this is basically what made his texture, his channel here go white. His global illumination channel go white. So guys, just go ahead and check your textures. Do some tests. You can render a region, just replace this texture, and see if how it's working. Probably I never bumped into this, but probably procedurical textures make this GI pass go white. The color gets the color of your texture, of your procedurical texture that you use. Okay. So this is for passes. This is for passes. This is for images corrections. And now let's move on to our Q&A webinar session with all your questions that you sent. Okay. And let's see what we got here. All right. So we got here one question from Joe's that I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right, man. We say here Jose or something like that. San Jose. Some. All right. I'm sorry, dude. But Romero Garcia's, right, man. Well, you send me. Can I? If you can subscribe to the RGB pass and then again on the control levels curves. Well, you can fix those. Oh well, if you did not understand the question, is if you can subscribe casted shadows from the RGB pass and control the levels curves. Okay, so probably you want to control your shadows. Is this the question? If I understand you're right. The way to do it, you got here when you render passes, you got here, it's called matte shadow pass, and this is basically what controls your shadows. We don't have here strong cast shadows, but if you do in your render, this is the way to go. You just add this pass, you switch it to the soft light mode, and you work with opacity. Well, as you see here, we got on this area, we got casted shadows. It's like darkened here, and if I'm adding this pass, you see I can fix this shadows here. You know, I can fix it. I can actually lighten those casted shadows. This is you can, of course, you can add here curves and everything. Oops, you can add curves, and you can control it with curves. This is the way to go. So you can just pay attention here at the bottom of these pillows. You see, I bring those casted shadows back. Now I can get to control them. Of course, I get here weird stuff. Just add a mask and remove this stuff. Like something like that. Like we don't need them. Okay. Remove them from sofas and everything, and here you go, man. Now you just fix those shadows. If you got like really strong shadows from the building, you can fix it with this pass. It's called matte shadow pass, right? And this is like the invert option of your lighting pass. The lighting is like when you see the shadows, and the matte shadows like the invert. Go to the manual and just check the manual. I think in my manual there's an explanation about that. Okay, let's move on. In the manual, you said with 100% opacity blending mode. Doesn't matter has to be 100. Well, yes, you of course, man. You need to work your way with opacities, with different layers, different opacities. Like in exercises like simple 6 or advanced passes combination, I'm showing the opacity change. So well, if you won't do it, you won't able to see any change. You won't able to get your image well done. So yes, you need to work your way with passes and opacities. Okay, but just don't stick to particular method, like, okay, this pass work with 20% of opacity and this is the way I'm going to use it all the time. No, every image got his own opacity, and every image got his own aspects to get fixed. So you gotta know which opacity to use. Well, Lenin joined us. Hello, Lenin. Welcome back, man. Just join this. Join this. All right, you're from Colombia. Hey, it's everybody say hello to Lenin Povera. He's from Colombia. Okay, hey Lenin, how's it going? Are you relevant to what was his name? Lenin? Lenin, the guy who did the Russian Revolution? Man, this Lenin was sick, dude. I hope you're not gonna do some revolutions here in our webinar. So okay, Lenin, press this link here. Press it. Join us, and we continue to our Q&A sessions. Okay, 3 maths explaining time of passes would be nice. Linear dodge add is like a plus. Multiply is like a multiplying, and other ones. Yeah, this basically works with professional problems, you know. The mathematics here is just about it, you know, just what you said, you know, like linear dodge is plus, multiply is a multiply, and the screen is invert multiply. So in Photoshop you don't get much of this mathematics because in Photoshop you don't get to work correctly with passes, and you know, the things here, you can do this mathematics with post-production programs like After Effects or like Fusion or something like that, but with Photoshop it's like only these guys here, and there's not much of mathematics because there's no binary tree that you can build, you know, there's no like linear way to work and, you know, to connect nodes or something like that, like in Fusion, you know. So Photoshop works layer based, layer on the layer, and there's not much to do, you know. So in this manual explanation, I'm using a little bit. I'm explaining these basics. So if you read the manual of Photoshop training, there is like, I think I'm explaining that multiply removes the whites. So it means if it's 100% white, then it's 100% transparent. So if you use a multiply mode, it basically works um, for for this stuff, for like ambient occlusion, you know, and global illumination, stuff that got whites on their images. There we go. We got this. Well, see, it's a little bit gray, so we want to give it. We're gonna give it a white here. You know, see, like I give it a white. And if we use it on the multiply mode, what it does, it removes the whites, and it leaves the blacks here only. So this is what it does. You know, just control the opacity, to control this, the strengths of this pass. You know, and this is how it works. Okay. Um, the screen mode is work on the opposite way. You know, it's like negative negative multiply. Okay, it's a nice name, negative multiply. We can we can ask Adobe to change it because it's actually it's what it does. It removes the blacks. So when it's 100 black, then it's going to be 100 transparent. You know. Um, for example, let's take this refraction pass, you know, and we add it to my image, okay, and here we go. We're gonna put it on the screen, and as you see here, all the blacks are gone, and only the whites, that the places that were not black, you know, like these places here, stayed. So it's a negative multiply, you know, of screen mode, okay, and let's go and see. Well, in the next training, I'm going to explain the LWF linear workflow the correct way, and there you can use the mathematics, you know, but you can do it only with Adobe After Effects, Fusion, Combustion, with those programs, those like really professional programs for passes combination. So you can we can work this mathematics, and sure, I'll build this mathematical tree to show you how it works. Okay, and the next question is there a way to get alpha pass correctly with saving an AXR? Well, yeah, sure. If you're using a physical V-Ray Sky, this is just a V-Ray Sky. It's not physical actually. I mean, it's physical, but it's called V-Ray Sky. Okay, if you use V-Ray Sky in and um, you don't um, you don't put a background on your image or like plane, you don't block it with something. if you don't block it and you got a V-Ray sky, you get a really nice nice alpha pass for your background. So this is it. This is how it goes. Okay, the next Jeff here. Jeff is not with us, right? He was like, he was really wanted to attend to this webinar, but I got an email from him yesterday that he said, "Oh man, I can't. Just please record it and send it to me." So let's see what Jeff asking me. Perhaps how to manage short arcs in post-production in Photoshop and extend it or in Adobe After Effects. Well, yeah, this is. I'll show it how to do it with post-production in the film for arc visualizations film. That's for sure. Um, I'll show it. I'll show it probably in the next tutorials. The next video, maybe I do some short stuff. That's a nice idea. Thanks for bringing this to me. I just need to, you know, the time is always the problem. So this is I need to find some time to do some post production for arc visualization films. Okay. So it will take time to prepare. Just give me a little bit time, and we'll get there. Okay. Ludwig here asking if there's a way to if he wants to render a car and he wants to use a HDRI as a background, um, is there a way to do some cast shadows? You know, I think what he meant is to use a matte shadow object that will be transparent, and you will only see the shadows that it's casting, the car's shadow casting. So yeah, there is a way to do it. You can do it with V-Ray wrapper material. If you just give this to the plane that your car stands on the plane, and you give a value of -1, you can get the shadows. You can render. You can get the shadows. All right, say everybody hello to Mario, because Mario can see us now. Way to go, dude. Yeah, Mario, we miss you, man. Okay. Don't worry, dude. I'm recording this, so you missed a little bit. You're gonna get a recording. Now I'm answering the questions. So so let's continue. Okay. Is this something that Ryan wants to say? Is this Ryan? No, I think it's like warming welcome to Mario. Okay, I'll check this. Yeah, yeah, with V-Ray wrap, exactly. You can select the object, you can click right click on the V-Ray properties, and you can select -1 for the object. This is there's like two ways to do it. It's the same stuff. Thanks, Ryan. Okay. Yeah, I now have to make setup in Maya and Mental Ray. Tom, I don't know Tom. I'm sorry, man. I don't know. I'm not working with Maya and Mental Ray. I'm working with more 3D Max and V-Ray. So I never saw what Tom did, but please, Ludwig, send me this tutorial and I'll see what it's all about. Right? Okay, Paolo. I have one question regarding ambient occlusion and direct light. I know that there is, wherever we have direct light in our scene, we should not have a ambient occlusion information in in those areas being affected by it. Well, yes, this is very correct. Where the lights hits, we don't get ambient occlusion. We get ambient occlusion only in the dark areas. So how do we handle that? How we remove ambient occlusion paths from the areas that we don't want. Well, we got it here right now. For example, I've added ambient occlusion. I'm going to increase this. For example, I don't want to have this ambient occlusion on these trees. Okay, it's like something that you want to remove, right? So you add a mask and you remove it. You can also go here and you can select the render ID channel. You can bring it here, all right, and like that, and you can use this selection. You can just select like this here, and you can press shift and select this. Okay, you hide it. I'm going to delete this mask. Okay, and I'm going to apply this mask one more time. Okay, so oops, sorry, I was not here. I am, and the minimum ambient occlusion. I'm pressing. I need to invert this. Select inverse. Okay, and adding mask. You see, I removed this with the mask, with the help of mask. I removed ambient occlusion from the areas that I don't need. Alright? Very simple. Let's use the mask. Okay, great. Let's go on. And, well, we got to general questions. We got some general questions uh, regarding V-Ray and 3D Max. Okay, and here's a line asking about is there a tutorial V-Ray settings for doing an animation. Well, there is several tutorials. I find that what the spot3d.com, it's like the V-Ray manual, what it got to provide us is a very nice step-by-step instruction. So if you just press it here, we got render walkthrough animation with light cache. How to render only when the camera flies, only the fly through or the walkthrough animation. And we've got here another link. This shows rendering animation with moving objects. It's also step-by-step tutorial how to render animation, and of course how to use it's also how to use passes and how to isolate and combine. I'll do something because this one is a little bit complicated, but I'll try to recap and to do some tutorial about this. I hope to get this very soon, so thank you, Align. I hope I'll get there. Okay. By the way, I'm going to send you this Word file, or I'm going to post this on my blog, so you get to see all these links here and everything. So just don't worry. If you just want to see what if you want to get those links, you get them. Okay. Kujimoyo. My question is how to use V-Ray multiscatter. Oh, this is from the iCube, right? So the guy is making this nice distribution of proxies and everything. Like you can do it forest, or I don't know, like a field of grass with this nice plugin. Okay, and V-Ray proxies. Please can help to teach how to use those tools because my external rendering is suffering, and grass and trees, and I have many trees, so I don't eat up my RAM. Yeah, that's the way to do it. If you don't wanna eat up your RAM, that's the way to do it. You need to use V-Ray proxies, or you need to use V-Ray scatter. I did a little bit of search yesterday, and on the YouTube, if you go to the YouTube, you get this multiscatter tutorial 1. It's installation, and there's like 17 tutorials of how to use this multiscatter plugin, how to distribute how to distribute your stuff. You see this plugin here in action, and you see the man with one click distributes trees and everything. So go to YouTube, just press this link here and see those 17 tutorials. I think it's from the iCube guys, so they provided all this information. Okay, regarding the proxies, well, how to create proxy, it's very simple. Um, yeah, what I mean, official help. There's a the videos. Yeah, right. It's like from, I think it's from the iCube guys. It's official help for this multiscatter plugin. So just press this link, go ahead and check them out. Right. As for the proxy, it's very simple. You just select select the object, convert it to editable mesh, open all the groups, attach all the parts together. So with this attach tool, so this will be only one object and editable mesh. Then you press right click on the V-Ray mesh. You press the right click on the object and you get V-Ray mesh export. You press it and you get a panel. And let me just show you this panel. You need to activate automatically create proxies and press OK. So by the way, here's a link from Evermotion that explains this method very well. So you just get a tree, you make it one mesh, you press you press right click, you get here option V-Ray mesh export, you get this window, V-Ray mesh export. You need to click here automatically create proxies. You need to browse here to select the destination, you press OK, and you get your proxy, and then you just distribute it, duplicate it with instance option, and then you can build your trees and everything, forest, and just use the bounding box, so your preview will go way faster. Your 3D Max performance, if you're using the bounding box, will show all this. You can build see grass and forest with grass and everything, and cars, like massive things, and it just won't eat your RAM, right? This is how you do it. Just go ahead and press this link and check out this Evermotion tutorial. Okay, Paulo. Paulo's saying that he was working with Cinema 4D, and okay, what kind of plugins the pros use, like Multiscatter, Forest, Onyx? Yep, those are plugins that the pros using. Like very advanced studios, they develop their own plugins. They like do it with Mailscript and everything. I know there's another plugin called Floor Generator that can generate your floor and your palettes, like put them all uniformly together and can make roofs and everything. So that's also a nice plugin that you might check. It's called I think it's called Floor Generator or a Roof Generator. I have not used that for a long time. I used it like 2-3 years ago when I was working in Germany. Okay, so what the ideal setting for animations? I kept having a stupid flickering. Is using Irradiance Math and Light Cache. Okay, so I solved my problem by increasing sampler of anti-aliasing. You would like to use as anti-aliasing filter. You want to use a video filter. It's something that smooths your anti-aliasing, so you don't get this very accurate contour lines on your object. Stuff like Catmull ROM or the Trevally Monicelli would just not work. It works good for stills, but it doesn't work for animation. You can also use some tricks like you can try to hide it. Sometimes there's like flickerings that better to hide, better to put some object, or like you can put some title and you just hide it. This is the fastest way that you can fix your flickering problem. Okay, but if not, try to increase your image sampler, or try to work it with your anti-aliasing filter. This is how you can fix basically your flickering. How to animate building in a way that they started to build themselves. Um, I did it actually with MailScript. We did it once. There's several plugins to do that. Um, I don't do much of animation, but I did it a couple of times, and I know that Anselm von Zer, the guy from well, he's working here in California, but I know him from Hanover, and he got his stuff here on TurboSquid, and these are nice particle flow toolbot office. It's nice tutorials how to do different particle flows, and I think there is like you can break stuff, you can build stuff. I think you need to read here, but I think there's like stuff for combining and like construction buildings and stuff like that. So you might check his stuff here. Okay. Surendran. Hi, during rendering in V-Ray, I ticked on the object outline, anti-aliasing filter, rendered image will come only blue with some bright lines. Okay, okay. Well, what you ticked there was indication for sampler. So if you get this blue image, you can also get this here in this path. You see, this is it. This is what you got, right? This is showing you your indication for your image sample. This pass called sample rate. So it's totally fine. It's just here to show you how your sample manage your files. Well, if you get the whole image, if you get it blue, the whole image gets blue. That's bad because you're just wasting time, wasting your RAM, wasting your render. It should be very accurate, something like this. Um, you know, this way you know that you're not wasting your image sampler. You're distributing everything correctly. Okay. Christian from Philippines. I'm using up now your studio setup, and I manage V-Ray settings and that I'm giving my scene, and he's like using my ring. Okay, he's using my scene, and it slows his render. Okay, as you all know, I got this tutorial for studio lighting setup, and in order to increase your settings, I think I'm using their 100 on hemispheric subdivisions and 100 on interpolation samples of irradiance map. So just go lower, just go down 25 25, but first check if 50-50 goes well. Just put in hemispheric subdivisions 50, and in the interpolation samples also 50, and press the render, see how it works. If it's still slow, just go down to 25. It should work, it should speed up your render really well. Okay. Sachin, okay, suggest I need to know about camera settings. Okay, camera settings in V-Ray. The best way to have a clue about how it works is to get a real reflex camera, and to do some tests with it. I had my Nikon D70. I sold it right now. I want to buy a Nikon D30 300S. It's like with video options, with high D and everything. It's like camera for, I don't know, like 1,600 bucks or something like that. Yeah, that's the way. That's the way you practice. That's the way you get your first clue. But it works very the same. It's almost the same in the V-Ray. So basically, what you want to do when you like position your camera and you start to work is you want to bring it um, to the default state. So you put your shutter speed and you put your ISO on 100, and then you try to work your exposure by finding the correct f number for your exposure. But the exposure, the best works with groups of numbers that the real reflex camera supplies. You just cannot put every number you want. And the groups are like 2.6, 4, 5.6, 8, 11, and 13. So you put those numbers into your F number, V-Ray physical camera in V-Ray, and if you like put 4 and it's still a little bit dark, then you go to your ISO and you raise up your ISO. So ISO also work like with groups like 100, 200, 300. Well, you can put 115 ISO. It's totally fine. If you need something in between, just to tweak a little bit more your exposure. But the best way to work is first of all to understand the real reflex camera settings, how it works, and to work with these groups of numbers, because this is where you work physically correct in V-Ray, in 3D Max. You work like a real reflex camera. Just don't put wicked numbers. This is a wrong way to fix your camera. Okay. Samir. Okay, Samir is hi Alex, sending you a solution, various problems to V-Ray. Okay, he had a room with 3 walls, and one wall is green. And what this wall does basically colors all his image in green. Well, this called actually color bleeding, this effect. And here's a link where you can come on, what's that? Okay, I'm just gonna copy and paste this here. Okay, does not find anything. Color bleeding V-Ray. Okay, here it is. This is what happens. Okay, if you got a wall, something like that, you just go and paint all your wall in red, and you'll want to have in green. In Samir example, you got a green, and it's all his scene is going and being painted in green. So what you do is you need to create for this wall that you have. You need to create a V-Ray material. It's called V-Ray override material. And in the first slot, the original, you put the green one. You put the green material in the first slot. And in the second slot, for GI, you put white or gray color. So what basically does, when the light hits your wall, it doesn't take the green from it. It takes this white, this white that you put in GI. So you're basically telling this wall to project white or gray color. Okay. So you might want to get a little bit greenish, not like pure white. If you get a little bit of a green, it will be it will give a little bit green light interpolation to your scene, so it will be the right white, the greenish bouncing light that you're supposed to get from this green wall. Okay. So here's the link. I don't know, it's not working. I'm just going to copy that from here. Oh, it's okay. It's HTML, and I had an HTML. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. I'm going to paste it here. So here you go, man. There's like two methods here to fix it. You can fix it with indirect illumination GI. You just go with your tab, you just go down. But the second method is way better, creating this material and putting in the first slot you put your green wall, in the second slot you put your white wall, or like a little bit greenish for your GI, and this is how you fix it. Okay. Alfred, okay, thanks for the educational tutorials. Difficult setting, good lighting system, globe, sky environment. I've searched in the internet, can't find tutorials. Okay, well, yeah. I use V-Ray Sky and NGRI. That makes my exterior look photorealistic. If you want to do photorealistic exteriors, HDRI is good for evenings and afternoons, but you can fix it with V-Ray Sky. It all depends on the background images that you get. Just excuse me, just put some nice sky, put some nice reflections in your windows, so all the environment will be reflected in your exterior. And this is one of the tricks how to get your good exterior renderings. I'll do something soon about this, how to set up your exterior. Okay, I'll do some tutorial about this very soon. Benjamin, how to make material stand out. Okay, there's one trick that I use. I add reflection. I add strong reflections to my materials, and they go really they attract. They look like fancy. Like shiny, fancy stuff. I don't know, like gold, silver, stuff like that. Floor. As more as it reflects, it looks expensive. I don't know why, but the more reflection you get, the more expensive it looks like. Okay. How to avoid burns in using LWF, linear workflow. Well, I presume that you work with linear, and as long as you work with linear, just a second. Salil, I'm recording, man. Okay, thanks, dude. Okay, man. I'm sorry, guys. There was a checkout for us. Okay. So how to avoid LWF burnings? Well, if you work with linear, just go to your physical camera and lower your shutter speed. If you lower your shutter speed, you basically need to avoid those burnings. But try to stay with linear, everything 111 if you want to get your passes correctly rendered. Work it with your camera. All right. How to achieve nice grass. Okay, nice grass. Peter Gutierrez. I got a really nice two tutorials here for making a really nice grass. This is the one tutorial, grass distribution. It looks really nice, and there's another one, even better. It shows here a different grass interpolation on different sizes and everything, and how to set up textures and stuff. See here, it's like different sizes and all, different plants. Well, I like it. It's very, very nice. Couple of students here did this, and I did it also. It worked well. I mean, not only me succeeded in doing that. Lots of people did it, and you might check it. It's like one of the ways to go. Create your own stuff. Create your own texture. model, for the grass, and then you can just use it or reuse it anytime you want. The second method is to use fur, or like VRayFur, but VRayFur you cannot convert into proxy, but 3D Max Fur you can convert into proxy, and you can also distribute it. You just do a V-Ray mesh from it and you duplicate it with instance, and you can build a field of grass. Third way to do a good grass is to use a real photographs. I use in my still images, I use a lot of a real photograph, photo objects, elements, grass, trees, anything. It's something that adds a lot to my visualization. It was something that gives this photorealistic look. Okay, and you can do a good texture and displacement. Well, this is the fourth way. Um, but sometimes it looks good on the far range, but if it gets close to you, you can see this displacement and you can see this texture, and it's kind of hard to do something really good with texture and displacement on the close-ups. So on the long shots it works well, but on the close-ups you want to use this real photographs. Okay, or just use Peter Bouteiller tutorial and create this nice looking grass. Okay, Mark. Hey, can become render very smooth and clean. Oh, how you can get very smooth and clean renders? Nice question. Well, that's a big topic, man. What can I say? How can you make very smooth and clean renders? Well, first, you should have enough subdivisions on your lighting, you know, and oh, hello, someone making noises there, we cannot hear. Please turn up your volume. Okay. So we can all hear, right? So just sorry guys, just make the environment comfortable to everybody to hear that. Okay. All right. Should have enough subdivisions on your lighting. It's something very important to have. If you go with your subdivisions, this is what increases your render time, but this is what basically controls your image quality. So enough subdivisions will provide you good quality image quality. Okay, you should have enough samples on your irradiance map and light cache, or if you're using brute force, and you should have enough samples on your adaptive. Oops, I didn't write it down. That's adaptive. Okay, come on, adaptive subdivision sampler. Or instead, if you can do it just by one click. If you go to global switches and you put like 3 or 4 on your global samples, it will automatically increase all your image samples. Like it will multiply it like 3 times or 4 times. So everything that you have in your textures, in your irradiance map, in your image sampler, in your subdivisions, everywhere, it will just increase it, right? So this is the way to go. This is the way to work it out. Okay. So you want to tweak this stuff first. You want to see if to go a little bit enough with subdivisions and with samplers or the radiance map. Because if you just go on the global samples, you just will increase all the scene parameters. And you might get really, really long rendering times. Okay. Giovanni, hey Alex, questions, V-Ray settings, interior, exterior rendering, especially lighting, sometimes IES didn't work. Okay, so, well, I can advise. Well, he's trying. He's asking me to give him my rendering settings, my rendering parameters. And this is what I'm trying to avoid of doing. Although I'm giving my Numbus scene with my parameters renderings, I'm just giving you to, just to see how it's done, how it's should be and everything. But I would like you to avoid of getting someone else's rendering settings, rendering parameters, because it's very specified for your scene. It doesn't work with all the scenes all the time. So in one scene it can be really good, but you use it in the other scene and it just doesn't work. So what can I suggest, Giovanni? Just try to learn V-Ray parameters, what they do, because you might click some buttons, you might click something, and you like doing tests, you're doing render tests, but you're not actually know what you're doing, you don't know actually what you're clicking. So my advice to you, go first and read about the V-Ray parameters, so you will know what exactly you're pressing and what is supposed to do. And then, you can go ahead and do some tests and, execute them and see how it really works, and if it's something that you really want to get, you know. So spot3d.com is a very V-Ray manual. You can go there and you can check the description of parameters. There's also one great book, it's like V-Ray Bible, called V-Ray Complete Guide. There's like very good and detailed explanation about V-Ray settings. So you might want to get this book as well. I got it here, right here. It's like really, really, really heavy book. You see, man, it's like Torah or something like that. I'm still reading it. I'm almost done, but it's the best. It's the best book that there ever is right now about V-Ray. Okay, so regarding IES slides with V-Ray, there is a video tutorial on my blog, and if you subscribe, you already subscribed to my blog, but you can subscribe again, and then you get a window where you can actually download those IES slides. I think I gave also a link in my blog to download the scene with IES slides. It's all set up, it's all working, so you might want to check it out. Okay. Shabin, I need help. Do you have 15 formats in Photoshop? Could you help me, please? Okay, how to activate render elements? Okay, so this 15 PNGs called render elements, and if you go to your 3D Max and you select V-Ray here as your rendering engine right here, you can oops, I need to activate my dongle here. I'm sorry, guys. Chaos group, um, license. I need to activate my license. Okay, and after I activated my license, we all got legal license here, right? So you go here, man. You enable your flame buffer. You activate your separate samples channels. You just browse and save them, and you're adding all those passes that you need, those 15 passes here, and just make add, and you press render, and you get all these passes. Okay, this is how you activate all your passes. Okay, um, Raj, hi Alex, can you make some tutorial exterior lighting and post-production? Um, well, who's making noises there? Hello? Is this, who's this girl? Is this Patricia there? You're making too loud noises. So please consider us, we all want to hear, okay? Okay, nothing happened. That's fine, Patricia. Don't worry about it. Okay. Good. So, Raj, hi Alex. Can you make some tutorial on exterior lighting and post-production? Well, yes, I think it was like third request here already. Yeah, I'll get there. I'll probably get there as soon as I have a little bit time. This is the first priority, right? To get your exterior lighting and post-production. Okay. Hussein. Hi Alex, I would like to share more modeling. And 3D Max always felt the power strenuous modeling to learn tricks. Okay. So yeah, well, I'll get to modeling tutorial as well. This will be probably after the exterior tutorial. I need to do exterior first, and then I'll get to the modeling, right? Pranita, I'll make. If you any doubt, is there actually many doubts? Oh, okay. Pranita got lots of doubts and lots of help. Okay, I'll be glad to help you, Pranita. Just send me your doubts, and I'll be glad to help you. Right? Yasmin, I actually want to ask you a question. What should I do to get the true V-Ray? Oh, come on, Jasmine. What's happening here, guys? What's up with you? What's up with those questions? Um, I think to get a true V-Ray, you need to contact the Chaos Group guys because I think only they can provide you the true V-Ray. So I'm just a dude who does some V-Ray tutorials. That's all. Anita, hello, Alexander. I'll ask you using sky portals for your tutorial visualizations. When I use V-Ray Sun, V-Ray Sky Camera to render interior of the house, I've noticed they're better to use window sky portals only from the shadowed side of the building. Is it better not to use portals from the side of the sun? Can you comment your opinion and experience on that? Well, yes. I never tried it. I never tried to use not using various portals. I in every door or every opening, or even half opening, I put a V-Ray portal, sky portal, and I scale it to match the opening. So. This is how I get my particles to travel in my scene. If you don't put your V-Ray lights and make them portals, you just don't get enough particle flow in your it's supposed to get your lighting illumination. It's supposed to get some lighting into your scene. So if you put them, you get this bluish color from the sky. So physically correct, if you want to work physically correct, this is the way you do it. You put in every opening and every place there is an opening, and there's supposed to be light coming into your scene, and there's supposed to be particles traveling from the outside, from the exterior into your interior. You put their sky portals, okay? But I might check it, and see if it works. Maybe it's better, just not to use um, from the sun direction. I don't know. I'll check it. I'll let you know. Okay, Dennis. Dennis is wrote me here an email. He's working. He's trying to do some bottles and everything, and he's trying to maps them. He's trying to map correctly his bottles and so in Cinema 4D there's like a really simple way to do it, but in 3D Max you cannot work with your maps. You cannot cut them directly on your model. So what you want to do then is you want to take your bottle, for example, or I don't know what you're using. You want to unwrap it. There's like unwrap modifier here in 3D Max. If you just, I don't know, you do No, I'll do something serious here. Oops. Do some box, for example. Okay, and if I go here and I use this unwrap UV, and I press edit, I can get all these corners of this box. Same stuff you can get for your bottles and everything. You just need to unwrap your model and go in Photoshop and paint it. You get a map that you can paint and put all your logos and everything. So I don't think there is a direct way to do it in 3D Max, but you can really open and unwrap your textures, so you can work them really, really correct and precisely. Okay. Jamie, no, the best setup is Team for exterior. Oh, okay, that's another request for exterior. Well, should I use HDRI or should I create a dome cylinder? Well, I'm not creating dome cylinders. I know it's like an old technique to work to do your exterior scenes. It works good, if you use a normal V-Ray camera, but if you use a physical camera, I don't think there is a better way than using V-Ray Sky and V-Ray Sun in like V-Ray Cam. It's a good combination of these three guys. Um, and you can use also HDRI, of course. HDRI is very good to match your reflections and the reflections and everything of your environment to your to get this nice colorization of environment, right? But it's good only for sunset on sunrise. I'm not using when I get this direct lighting, like afternoon around 12 o'clock or something like that, the classic 45 sun angle. I'm not using HDRIs. I just use V-Ray Sun, V-Ray Physical Cam, and I put some nice backgrounds in Photoshop, or in 3D Max. I just put in reflections, some sky and something like that. It gets reflected, That's it. I put planes, you can put plane and stuff. You can use dome cylinder, but um, I work everything with V-Ray V-Ray Sun, Sky, and V-Ray Physical Camera. Okay. Jura. First, I would like to spread. Okay. I have a question about making realistic foliage with V-Ray 3D Max for arc visualization. What is the best approach? Well, the best approach to get realistic results is to use Photoshop. You know, this is to use like Photoshop plugins and everything. This is what makes look image photorealistic. You know, you get the natural colors. It's something that you need to get really nailed down. Because most of the time I see beginners doing the same problem. They make very, very saturated colors. So you want to desaturate. You want to get the grass really really desaturated, like here. I see most of the time people get this like really saturated green or really saturated yellow and stuff, and it doesn't look natural. So using Photoshop, getting the natural colors, wood, stone, everything. You can add light beams, like light coming from somewhere. You can work it also with Photoshop. After that, you can add some camera distortions like chromatic aberration and stuff, and it will work fine. It will work. It will give that feeling that it was pictured or filmed with a real camera. If you get those distortions, camera distortions, like vignette, soft edges, film grain, this stuff that makes your image look photorealistic, and you get this photoreal effect. So it's really hard to achieve those effects only by using 3D Max and V-Ray. So my call will be Photoshop. Any kind of plugins you might suggest? Well, I first of all I would like to suggest to use V-Ray RT. because then you get feedbacks on what's going on real time. You get really fast feedbacks on your scene illumination, on your camera and everything. Okay, there's like a multi-scatter. It's not bad. We talked about it before. Um, there's a floor generator that can make a really nice floor, like uniform distribution of your floor or your roofs or something like that. It's really nice. And the rest is just post-production. Post-production plugins. There's like nice plugins. There's like 33 millimeter, I think, a 55 millimeter. And you can also use programs for photos, like Lightroom or something like that. It also can give you approach of getting this photorealistic stuff. Just think as a photographer when you do a photo. Do you have any experience with View or ViewScatter? Pro contra about this. Okay, so Vue is a nice program. It's got its own rendering engine, and it's not bad at all. I saw really nice work with Vue. But till today, I didn't have actually opportunity to work this, but to work with Vue. But I can say that ViewScatter, in compare with Vue, ViewScatter just generate huge amounts of object in array. You can say I want to distribute this tree like a million times, and this is what you get with ViewScatter. You don't get trees or control of vegetation setup. Like you get in Vue. You can control the growth, the size of the trees, and everything. There's like library, just drag and drop, and you can build your own forest just in 10 minutes. So it's like different things to compare. Just cannot compare actually Vue to ViewScatter. Um, you got a good selection of library in Vue. That's what I can say. You can build a good stuff. Okay, or do you use 2D textures and opacity maps? Well, I use 2D maps for shadow creations. If I'm using 3D Max, I just put them behind the camera, and the sun will just go through and create nice shadows, like trees or clouds or something like that. When I don't want to get too much of exposure, and I want to get a really nice, ununiformly light distribution in my scene. I might put some structured, with opacity maps, just upfront the sun, so will sun create nice looking shadows. In my scenes, I prefer to use 3D models instead of 2D maps. I don't use. That's why I don't like to use RPC people in renderings. They just look cropped, too cropped. Cropped people. And you might use them like in really long shot, in a far background where you don't really can tell if it's this cropped model, if it's RPC, but you probably don't want to use them in close-ups. That's for sure. It's just you don't want to ruin your 3D visualization. If you want to edit, just edit in Photoshop, and then you can work your way to get it really nice done. You can work every tree, every person that you add in Photoshop. You can really work with that. If you do it in 3D, in 3D Max, if you put it in the scene, there will be a very hard time matching it to your scene. Okay, Stefan, I'll have a couple of questions about Gamma 2.2 and the best HDRI setup for 3D Max. Regarding Gamma 2.2, if you just go to here to my blog, and you scroll down here, go really down, you have here next page. I've got really lots of tutorials and really lots of stuff here. Okay, Here it is, how to be a pro 3D V-Ray artist, chapter 2, system configuration. Here's a really nice detailed explanation about Gamma 2.2, about monitor calibration, how to set up your 3D Max to Gamma 2.2, what it does. You got here examples before Gamma and with Gamma. So go ahead, man, read this, and you get a clue about what it is, you know. And as you know, HDRI is the best setup to use your HDRIs. You can get, I think Peter Gutierrez got really nice HDRIs, and you know, HDRIs are really good for sunsets and sunrises, so make sure to get the good ones. And I'll do soon some tutorial, you know, exterior tutorial to show this how it works with HDRI, right? So this is basically it. We went through all our Q&A session here. It was a long webinar, you know, we got almost 2 hours here of webinar. Way to go, guys. I hope you all with me. And if you got any questions, I'm here. I'm here with you. You know, just you can go ahead and ask me whatever you like. But if you don't have any questions, I can just oops, someone got a question. Let's see that. Okay, Ryan. I use multi-matte elements to get anti-aliased color mask. Yeah, it works well, but I like the other passes elements. You should just, it is possible to use V-Ray wire color. Yeah, V-Ray wire color is the anti-aliased, you know. It's the only pass that anti-aliased for the selection. Yeah, I'm using it. I'm using wire color to select. You know, the thing here is, if you're rendering really big resolution, like 4,500 pixels, you can use actually ID map. You know, ID channel, because the resolution is big enough, and you don't see that anti-aliasing much. But if you render smaller resolutions, you know, wire V-Ray color is gonna be the best solution for isolating and selecting stuff in Photoshop. That's for sure, because well, it's the only pass with ID channels that anti-aliased. This is it. All right, guys. So you have any more questions on that those topics here? If you okay, if you don't have, I think we are done here. You know, it was a great pleasure having you here and getting to this webinar. We're probably gonna do some more of those webinars. You know, I liked it. I hope it helped you and it answered your questions. All right. Send me more of your works. Send me more of your feedbacks. Send me also times, you know, when it's like proper thing from you to do, when you like to do it, you know. I think Fridays is nice, you know. Friday night is nice for me as well. Yeah, sure, Mario. You'll get the first. I'm recording this, so you get the first part of this webinar. Don't worry, man. I'm all safe. So just let me know when is the best time from you to do those webinars. You know, Sundays, Saturdays. We tried last time Saturday. Not many people could attend. So you know, Saturday we all want to chill and to relax. So I think Friday night could be nice, you know. For me, I'm not doing anything special. So Friday mornings, people who lives in the States, I see most of you come from Europe, so Friday nights would be great, right? So thanks a lot. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your effort taking and attending to this webinar. It was a great pleasure having you here. And yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Brian. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll do it. We'll do it next week as well. Do your walks. Uh, Send me your images. I'll be very, very glad to correct them. And oh yeah, sure, man. You can buy me a beer sometime, right, man? All right, man. I love beer. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot. It was a great pleasure. It was a great time. We closed almost 2 hours of our webinar. Continue to do your work, and don't forget it. Keep it photorealistic, and really, if you want to do it right, do it like a pro. This was Alex, your beer guide. I see you next week in the next webinar, and talk to you soon. All right. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Peace and love.